Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is Sunday the 14th of February, so happy Valentine's Day. We're having like a chilled kind of day. I started off, I made the girls some Valentine's breakfast, so I cut out little heart shapes and toast and made some heart shaped, I tried to do like a heart shaped yogurt and put raspberries in it, but it just turned out looking like a big blob. And I done like a Valentine's breakfast for Corey and exchanged cards and gifts and stuff, so it's been lovely this morning. Oh, and last night Corey surprised me with my favourite takeaway ever. I love a Papa's Kitchen kebab and he surprised me with that. We've been spoiled rotten in this house, so we're spreading the love. Happy Valentine's Day. Hope you've all been spoiled rotten too. You can notice, I don't know if you can, but do you see the light? I got a ring light. Corey got me a ring light for Valentine's, and it's like a wee tripod ring light, so you can hold the camera and I've got light. Look at that. Look at my eyes. It's got the ring in it because I got a ring light. Yes, I'm really buzzing about that. There's something off with me today. I don't know what it is. There's something wrong with my hair. Do you ever get days like that? Or like, see all them there wee like baby hairs? Like they're all grown back and they're too in my nothing. They're everywhere. Yeah, I just want them to go back in my ponytail, but they just won't go. Right, today's video is going to be a little story time, chit chat style video, all about me being pregnant at 18. So I'm going to talk a wee bit about how I told my mum about my pregnancy and then my birth story. And this is going to be about Jessica's birth story, and then I'll do a separate one about wee Livy Lou. So let's get on into it. Wind back to March 2017. So at this point my period was about 5 to 6 weeks late, and so that would make Jessica a Valentine's baby, by the way. But anyway, so because it was late, right, me and Corey were absolutely kicking ourselves. We're like, right, well mine's always regular, this is like not normal for me. I was like, right, okay, we could be pregnant. And at this point, obviously, I was 18. We were not trying for a baby or anything like that. So we went to the shop, Asda specifically. We went to Asda and we got a load of tests. I think we got about 4. We got the cheap Asda brand and we also got the clear blue ones. So we were in the bathroom and Corey's sitting with the wee box reading all the instructions, because I didn't know like the ins and outs of it and how long you have to wait and what you have to do and how far you have to dip it in and all that there. So Corey was sat reading the instructions, and yep, so we took a test, and the whatever 2 minutes it is, that felt like the longest 2 minutes of my life. And Corey looked at it first and it had the 2 lines. So we found out we were pregnant then, and let me tell you, that was the biggest shock of my life. But like, whoa, I went through all the emotions. I'm not even kidding. I went through every single emotion. I was scared, I was worried, I was a bit excited, like I was happy at the same time, but absolutely kicking myself. Like, the fear that was in me that day, like I was worried about the pregnancy, like telling my mum was also a big one, and money, because babies cost a lot of money. So all these different things were going through my mind anyway. So I think we told my mum pretty much straight away, like I couldn't keep it in, I really couldn't, like I was scared, like I had to get it out. So me and Corey, we went over to my mum's house, and I won't forget the day, like we were sat in mum's main living room on the corner like sofa, and mum was sat over there and me and Corey were sat at the other side, and we just told her, we just said that we're expecting a baby and we're pregnant. Like she was shocked, but she says that she sort of knew anyway. I don't know how, but maybe it's because I was really sick, but she was shocked. But all in all, like she was okay with it, she was fine. She had me young as well. She was 18 whenever she was pregnant with me. Because she had me young, she sort of like knew anyway, like she knew that like we needed support, and so that's what she done. She supported us, and she was basically my Google. Like any question I had, I asked her, because she has 6 kids, so like she was Google for me. So I was really sick during my pregnancy with Jessica. I was sick of both pregnancies, but I was so ill whenever I was pregnant with Jessica. Like from that there point I found out, I think it was around 6 weeks, really, the sickness started. And it wasn't just mornings, it was all day sickness. It was horrendous. It was so bad. Like, yes, they tell you about morning sickness and that, but you never in a million years think that it's going to be that bad. So I went to the doctors and tried to get morning sickness tablets for that, or anti-sickness tablets, and they did not do anything for me. I can't remember the name of them, but they were useless. They did not work. So my morning sickness lasted until about the 25 week mark, maybe 30 week mark. It lasted like the majority of the pregnancy. It was the thought of it. I don't know how that didn't put me off having Olivia. Like whenever we found out we were pregnant with Olivia, yeah, but that was my biggest worry, was morning sickness, because whenever I was in work, I remember standing at the till and I had to run because I was going to boke. So my morning sickness was horrendous. Sorry, all day sickness. So whenever I hit the 30 week mark and it went away, that was the best moment, because being sick every day is not nice. Also in Jessica's pregnancy, I suffered really badly with pelvic pains and like sciatica. My hips were in agony. Seeing if I was still working, I worked up until like 35-36 week mark, and see, was still working, and sciatica, it was horrible. Like seeing if I got home from a shift, I couldn't walk, I couldn't get up, I just wanted to sleep. Yeah, I was so tired all the time. I had to take iron tablets during Jessica's pregnancy as well, because I was so tired. Okay, so getting on to the birth and the labour side of things. So I hit at the 40 week mark, I was booked in for a sweep. I think it was maybe 40 weeks, the exact day, 40 weeks or 40 plus 1, can't remember, but I had a sweep. The sweep wasn't too bad. They said that I was 2 centimetres at that point. A couple of hours later, I started feeling like cramps, like a few tightens. And at that point I thought, oh, this is it coming, like this is the labour starting. It wasn't. That was just a few contractions, like Braxton Hicks basically, and that was, nope, nothing was happening. Right, so a couple of days later, I had like a midwife appointment, and I was telling her how that I had reduced movements, so like I didn't really feel her move as much, and like still no movements basically. So I had to go to fetal assessment in hospital. After they done all their like reassessments and stuff, they decided that the next day they were going to induce me. So I went in the 40 plus 4. So with an induction, they insert like a pessary. I was literally climbing up the bed. So I had my mum at one side, Corey at the other, holding their hands, and yeah, I was squeezing their hands. I'm very thankful they were there, because I could not have done it without them. A few hours later, they reinserted it, they redone it, which was worse than the first time. It was a lot more sore. Nothing was really happening. A couple of hours later, me and Corey even had a Chinese in hospital. Like, we done loads of walks, we were trying to get it all, like the labour to happen. Nothing was happening. So next day, they took me round to where you have the baby. I can't remember what you call it, but they took me around there and they broke my waters. They use like a needle rod thing. It's not that long, but yeah, they insert that, pop your waters. That's not painful at all, do not worry about that. Like, that is not sore. And at that point then, they were giving me the drip to bring on labour. They were pumping that hormone into me to start it, because my body wasn't going into labour itself. From that point, all the contractions started, and then see all them contractions I thought I was having before, they were not contractions at all. They were just Braxton Hicks. They were like period cramps. Now after having that drip, those were the contractions, and they were painful. They were sore. So I had a good few contractions before I took any pain relief. I started off with gas and air. I was on that thing like, that was brilliant stuff. That was good. It was helping. And then they started getting stronger. So I asked for something a bit more stronger to help. So I used the remifentanil button. So every time you felt a contraction, you push the button and then it pumps it into your body. It was good. Whenever that there started wearing off, then you had to push the button again. So whenever it was starting to wear off, you felt the contractions, and yeah. But anytime I had it used, I was sleeping. I didn't feel anything, but whenever it was wearing off, yeah, you felt a lot. Corey was by my side the whole time. He was brilliant. Like, he knew I was scared, and he held my hand the whole time, and he got on well with the midwife. The midwife was brilliant. She was really nice, really friendly. And because I was in, this was in November time, so the Christmas music was starting to play on the flipping radio, and Corey and the midwife were sat singing away to flipping Winter Wonderland or something, or Jingle Bells and Loving Life. They were having the time of it. I was in labour for like 8 hours, and it got to about 4 o'clock, and they said they wanted to assess me. So they done an assessment, and I was 10 centimetres, and at that point I absolutely freaked out. I panicked. Like, I was like, 10 centimetres. I was like, no, it can't be. So I freaked out. I started booking. I was being sick. So they were like, right, we'll wait an hour. So they let me wait an hour. Thank God, like, that midwife was so lovely. Like, yeah, so she let me wait an hour, and in that time, Jessica's heart rate started dropping. So they had to put this little thing in Jessica's head, because Jessica was coming down into the birth canal at this point. So they were able to put this thing in Jessica's head to monitor her heart better. And basically at that point, like, it was time, because Jessica was getting distressed and I was in so much distress. My heart rate was going through the roof. So that was the moment it was all going to happen. That is whenever they took the remifentanil off me. I did not know this beforehand. So if you're thinking of having remifentanil, they take it off you at the pushing stage. So I just had gas and air for pushing stage, and I felt a lot. So then I just had to have gas and air during the pushing stage. That there bit was absolutely terrifying. It was traumatizing. It was like fire. It was sore. It was painful, and I swore that I was never going to do it again. I told Corey, I'm having no more children. That is me done. That didn't happen. You forget about all that pain, you really do. But after a few, right, let's do it, a few pushes, and then no, I can't do this. Jessica was born. And yeah, so Jessica was entered this world on the 18th of November 2017 at 19 minutes past 5, and she weighed 8 pounds 13 ounces. So she was a big baby. Yeah, so at that moment, the amount of emotions, like, I started crying. Like, as soon as I held her, like, I started bawling my eyes out. The tears were tripping me. Like, I was so happy, and like, you know, my little baby was in my arms. Like, yeah, it's a magical moment, and it's so special, and like, I can't wait to do it again. I really can't wait to do it again. It is so, like, oh, I'm actually crying. It's so special, like, it really is. Yeah. One thing I will say is the skin to skin. Like, I had my pyjama top on, my list pyjama top, and they put Jessica up under my top. So the skin to skin was a special moment. I definitely recommend doing that. Like, yeah, it was nice. It was like a moment to bond, and Jessica also pooed at me at that point, so it was like black tar all over me. So that's why I had to go get cleaned up like straight away, because that there was just everywhere. But yeah, it was still a special moment, and yeah, I'll never forget that. Corey done her first feed as well, so I went and cleaned up, and Corey done her first feed. So yeah, they were bonding, and we got moved round to the maternity ward. I was in there for like 2 days. That was a hard part for me. I hated staying in the hospital for 2 days. Like, one, because Corey wasn't with me, and like, I missed my own bed, like, I missed my own comforts. I just wanted to be at home, like, and nothing will prepare you, like, no amount of advice, and nobody telling you this, what I'm going to tell you, is going to prepare you for that lack of sleep. you'll never understand until you're doing it, and until you have that lack of sleep, how bad it is. It was, for me, it was constant feeds like every 2 to 3 hours, so I was so tired. But at the same time, like once you come out of that newborn stage, like you just want that newborn stage back. Like 3 years later, we have a happy, healthy, beautiful, smart little girl who is also a big diva and has got a whole lot of attitude, but we wouldn't change her for the world. And that experience, like being a mom, is so rewarding. Like I would not change a thing about my life. My life is the way it is now because of my babies. They have made me who I am today, and for that, yeah, I'm very grateful. So that is the end of my little birth story with Jessica. So yeah, I liked watching these types of videos whenever I was first pregnant. Like you do not know what to expect, so knowing everyone's stories, like it just helped me. I hope this helps you, and I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give it a wee thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video, which will hopefully be Olivia's birth story. So yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.